kcaa.fm or listen online at kcaaradio.com.
It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two, step two, step two, step two. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two, step two.
Oh, take. Fucking moron. Scaring myself to death like that. What's the time? 7 o'clock. Start this. 6:59. Let me know when it hits 7. Mine says 7 already. Oh. I guess what's now is.
You into me, but I can't let it go so easily. Not till I see what this could be eternity or just a week. You know our chemistry is off the chain. It's perfect now, but will it change? This ain't a yes, this ain't a no. Just do your thing, we'll see how it goes. Rush, don't succeed. Dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again.
Hey Ryan, do we have any beer in the fridge?
Nah, I thought you got some.
The game starts in 5 minutes.
And you drank the last beer at midnight on Friday.
I wish there was a place that delivered beer.
Yes, I'm Captain Crafted. I'm here to bring you beer. That's Captain, C-R-A-F-T''D. Why? Because there's no E, just a D, as in deliver, because Captain Crafted delivers.
That's right, the Crafted Beer Store in Redlands is now open for business with great prices and deliveries of your favorite beer, wine, spirits, water, ice, and mixers. Did I mention their great prices? That's CRAFTDBEER store.com or Fred Crafted Beer Store on Facebook.com. Make it easy. Google Redlands Beer Delivery. Look for Crafted Beer.
Crafted Beer Store in Redlands is now open for business, and I'm here to deliver.
This segment of programming sponsored by Cybertime Network Communications. How's your internet? Feeling boxed in with the high costs of the internet? Ready for a better internet service? Then you're ready for Cybertime. Yes, there's an alternative to those big corporate internet service providers. It's Cybertime Network Communications. Cybertime is so good, they provide all the connectivity for this radio station. Crisp, cool, fast, and sleek. Cybertime uses the latest leading-edge microwave technology. No wires, no cables, no sharing, and they're able to offer clients a safe, reliable, public or private network that fits almost any budget size. And several cities rely on Cybertime's microwave private network for their most critical mission applications. Get connected. Stay connected. Get smart. Get Cybertime. You can Google, text, or call Cybertime Network Communications at 909-795-9559. That's 909-795-9559.
The caring people at Affordable Plumbing in Rancho Cucamonga take this special time out to recognize and salute the men and women in uniform that are standing tall for our political and economic freedoms around the globe. Let's remember them in our thoughts and prayers and letters from home. That's courtesy of Affordable Plumbing, your complete contractors with a reputation for quality work at prices you can afford. For an estimate, call 909-888-3260. Affordable Plumbing offers a military discount. That's Affordable Plumbing on the air because they care.
This is Pastor Greg from Chosen Generation Radio Show, heard right here on KCAA, 1 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Do any of these sound familiar? Not sleeping well, waking up tired, drinking more coffee than usual, can't stay focused, craving sugary drinks and snacks, feel like you're stuck on a treadmill, having trouble managing your weight, not sick but not firing on all cylinders? Any one of these could mean that you might have a system overload, and Thyrodrenal might just be right for you. Think about it. You've probably been feeling like this for a while. Life has a way of wearing you down, and if you aren't getting the right nutrients, then physical and emotional additional wear and tear will take its toll. Most of us at some time or another could use some nutritional support for our adrenal and thyroid glands to bring things back in balance. Our bodies respond well to optimal nutrition to keep daily energy levels up and stress levels down. Try Thyroidrenal from Michael's Naturopathic Programs, a nourishing support formula with vitamins, minerals, and herbs to put back what life takes out. Look for Michael's on the label. We're serious about good health. Thyroidrenal is available at leading health food stores nationwide. If you don't see it on the shelf, then ask for it by name. Thyroidrenal.
E-Digits. Lock 'em in for more information, recreation, and guaranteed fun. KCAA.
It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two, step two, step two. Baby girl.
What would you do to get to me? What would you say to have your way? Would you give up or try again if I hesitate to let you in?
Oh, Tay, you said you wanted that real news. Well, I'm Bon John Sin, and it's time for News That Blows. Yes, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to News That Blows. I am Bon John Sin, and I got to tell you, I am so damn excited to be here tonight. How about y'all, gentlemen? You feeling good? Okay. Folks out there, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight to News That Blows with me, Bon John Sin. First off, let me just say right off the bat, I had an opening that I planned on doing tonight, talking about the New Year's and New Year's resolutions and all that type of caca that we all go through every year, right? But I got to tell you, something happened last night that was so cool and so exciting and inspiring that instead of talking about the New Year's resolution, I'm going to go ahead and talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, y'all feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to do that. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about this beautiful artwork on the wall behind us. For those of you who aren't just listening in on KCAA Radio 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM out there in the Inland Empire, and of course KCAAradio.com all over the world, baby. For those of you who are on KCAAradio.com and can see the live stream with Purdy me, you can also see this amazing work on the wall behind me. Okay, so I want to throw out props to Jenny who did the work. I don't remember the exact, you can go to, go to Gary Garver's show, Controlled Chaos in the Morning. As a matter of fact, I know for sure. I was on the show Friday, and he gave out her information. So you want some beautiful stuff like this on your walls, y'all? Go ahead and check that out. Hello. So we're going to be right back in a little bit. We're going to get into some of the news that blows. We will be right back. Inland Empire, Bon John Sin here. Now, we all know that recycling saves the planet. But what do you do with your old TV sets, laptops, and computers? You can't just toss them out with the trash. You can pay someone else to come out and dispose of them for you, or you can do what I did. Take your old TV sets, laptops, and computers down to FNG Recycling Corporation and get paid for them. Another way FNG recycles your TV sets, laptops, and computers is by fixing them. Yes, they also do repairs at a great price. These guys are open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's FNG Recycling Corporation. Give them a call at 818-477-8072 or just drop in. FNG Recycling Corporation is located in San Bernardino County at 18907 Bellflower Street in Adelanto, baby. Tell them Bond sent you.
You bet. Howdy, folk. Now, as you can imagine, it gets awfully boring out here on the prairie, except for Saturday nights. That's when we all sit around the campfire and listen to news that blows. That there Bon John Sin fella, want he's something else. News that blows with Bon John Sin. Right here on the Inland Empire's own KCAA Radio.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it? Now, let's get back to more news that blows. Oh my goodness, I muted my own microphone. How can I do such a thing to me? This is News That Blows. You know what? Hey, we're just getting used to this stuff here on the radio tonight, folks. This is our first episode of News That Blows, and, well, golly gosh darn it, we're pretty excited about it. And we're real happy to the folks out at KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM in the Inland Empire, and of course, KCAAradio.com all around the world. We really appreciated being here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to talk a little bit. Let me lean over here right quick and pull up some of my notes for the news that blows we're going to talk about on our show tonight. Oh, we've got plenty of news that blows because you know what? As long as there's news, there will be news that blows. I got to tell you. And this week did not disappoint. You know what blows? It blows to be St. Louis. Congratulations, Los Angeles Rams. I know, I'm a cold piece of work for that one, right? Okay, but this really blows. While everybody was all fixated on Fire and Fury, the new book out about Donald Trump and all this and whatnots, Donald Trump and his GOP buddies have gone ahead and given the okay to put up 47 oil rigs. That's right, 47 of them, folks, offshore oil rigs. A few of them right off the coast of California here, where we have already unanimously voted down over and over and over again not to have oil rigs out here on our coast. Up in Santa Barbara, where they allowed it, they just had 150,000 gallons of oil dumped out recently, I think within a year. And it ruined all their eco-life. It ruined all their, it didn't help their economy at all. So these guys who are getting rich off of putting these oil wells up everywhere, they're not doing anybody else any justice. And once again, this doesn't help us move forward in green energy much, does it? Okay, apparently it blows when no one wants to play with you. Donald Trump dissolves his commission to prove that he won the popular vote. That's right. He said that the states won't participate. They won't play along. So he's going to take his ball and he's going to go home. So there you go. That's what's up with the big D in that. Okay, what else do we got here? Speaking of not being able to play together, Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un are at it again. Of course, on the other hand, North Korea and South Korea are having tea together for the first time in over 2 years. So there you go. That's kind of a cool thing. But of course, the Don himself and Steve Little Hitler Bannon, they don't seem to be kind of at odds lately. So we're going to talk about that too, because quite frankly, it cracks me up. On the lighter side of news that blows, there was a 10-year-old boy out in the Bahamas who was saved from 4 sharks that were about to snack his little butt. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about that. That's a cool story. Hey, it's true, man. They were coming up on him like, a couple of them were straight up, a couple of them were flanking him, dude. Oh, it was crazy. All right, anyway, we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. Let's see what else we got. Oh, something else really cool that happened. It actually happened last weekend, but I'm still going to throw it out here because Andy Dalton threw a touchdown pass, and with that touchdown pass, he not only won for his team, but he won for his charity. They came out of pocket to the tune of $250,000, $250,000. $250,000 immediately, was donated to his charity after he threw the winning pass. So we're going to talk a little bit about that because that's great. We're also going to talk about Dress to Kill. Dress to Kill is a clothing line that is designed to save lives. There's some very interesting stuff, right? That's right. Okay, we're also going to talk a little about, I learned a new word this week, guys, and let me read it right to make sure I'm going to say it right. Bombogenesis. Y'all heard about bombogenesis? Apparently it's a new word because even my spell check didn't know what the hell it was. So we're going to talk about bombogenesis, my new favorite word of all words ever. Then we're going to go back to a little bit of that blows side of news that blows. And we're going to talk about Apple announcing this new, not 1, but 2 chips up in all of our phones and computers and everything, right? Okay, so Apple apparently is announced that these chips. I'll go into more detail on that later. We're going to talk about Apple. We're also going to talk about these idiots doing the swatting thing. Then we're going to end up the show talking about the biggest idiot of all, Jeff Sessions. And we're going to discuss about the repercussions of this new marijuana being legal in California thing. So that's what we're going to talk about today on News That Blows. We've also got Ask Lady Albright coming up. I'm Bon Johnson. This is News That Blows. Be right back.
Greetings, Inland Empire. I've got a question for you. What do you do if you've just graduated from high school, aren't ready to go to a university yet, and are nowhere near ready to get a career started? Or if you just want to upgrade your skill sets to get yourself a better job? I'm Bon Johnson from KCAA Radio's News That Blows, and I've also got an answer for you. Further your education at San Bernardino Valley College. San Bernardino Valley College offers courses that will ready you for today's job market, taught by today's top-notch instructors. It doesn't matter if you're fresh out of high school or if you have 20 years on the job. Go to valleycollege.edu and get your future started today. Hi, I'm Bon Johnson. I host KCAA Radio's News That Blows. I'm also trying to become a published writer. And when I first decided to write my book, I was given some great advice. I was told that a writer's most valuable tool is their butt, because the first thing you need to do to become a writer is put your butt in a chair and start writing. Great advice, but not altogether true. The first thing you need to do to become a writer is know how to read. Reading truly is fundamental. Yeah, that feels good. I like it. Let's do some more News That Blows.
Yeah, y'all feel me? You feel me? Can y'all feel me? Let's do some more of that News That Blows right here on KCAA Radio.
Hey, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM in the Inland Empire. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, yeah, you can also get us right there on that KCAAradio.com, where you could see our pretty faces in this amazing studio that we're setting up in here. And, you know, while we're talking about this amazing studio, right before we go to meet the two gentlemen who are in the room with me here in this amazing studio, I want to thank Gary Garver personally, because Gary opened up the door for all of this for me. I know y'all listen to Gary Garver every morning at 8 o'clock. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. And he has his Controlled Chaos show, which he was so cool. He let me come on there. I mean, I had to be on there like 6 times, maybe 7 times, talking about News That Blows, talking about what's going on. You know, so thank you, Gary. I hope you're listening out there, man. Love the hell out of you, brother. Thank you, dude. Okay, now, let me go to the gentleman to the far right here with the white headband on. This is my brother, Terry Astro Ellis. Let me tell you a little bit about Terry Astro Ellis and his super groovy camera shooting phone over there. Terry is, first off, a lot of amazing things. One of them being a super cool and groovy human being. The other thing Terry is a stand-up comedian, and he's out there on these streets touring around, listening and learning from people everywhere, because he not only gets to tour around and meet a lot of people are his material.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Yeah, so, you know, there you go. Say hi to everybody, Doug.
Hello. What's up, people? Bringing the funny to you and all the good stuff, keeping y'all alive and all that.
Yeah, I hope you're going to be able to handle the hardcore issues we're about to get to. I know you like to keep it funny and whatnot, but wait, we're going to have some stuff you can clown. But we're also, right over here next to Terry, is my brother from Inglewood, my hometown, Mr. Hipsy Gutters.
What's going on with it, everybody?
Hey, man. Everybody out there in the Inland Empire, you're going to hear some of Hipsy Gutters' music on the 420 music break that I also play. So right now, though, what I want to do is I want to get to Ask Lady Albright. Ask Lady Albright. Lady Albright is our relationships expert. She's written this book right here, folks. Can you see it? Can you see it? There it is. Put it right in front of my mug. She's written this book called Relationships in a Nutshell, a book for guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a clip of myself, Lady Albright, and Gary Garver on Controlled Chaos. So without any further ado, here it is, Lady Albright, Gary Garver, and me with a couple words here and there.
Tell us a little bit about your segment, Ask Lady Albright. What's that all going to be about?
Well, I've written a book which is called Relationships in a Nutshell.
Okay, I see this. Relationships in a Nutshell. A book for guys.
It is a book for guys.
Okay. Yes,
I think there's so little information for guys, and what information there is, it's a lot of words. You know, this is straight to the point. It's only 60 pages, and it just says it how it is. So I'm not telling guys what to do, but I give them ideas of how to try and understand the differences and be positive about the differences between girls and boys.
How do you know, like, she was, like, during dinner, she's like, you know, we were talking about, I don't know, we were texting, she's like, or not texting, we were talking, and she's like, I like it when you don't answer my texts right back. And I'm like, it's sort of weird. Like, she sort of got turned on by me not responding to her right away. What do you have? Is there why is that?
Well,
Lady Albright?
I think you could sometimes you can seem too keen, and I think guys,
over the top.
Yeah, I think it's good to pace it a little bit. But I also think that it's important that if you get the feeling that you want to speak, so if you're writing something and you think, oh no, this is that, no, I didn't mean it this way, then pick up the phone and call, because that's when you're gonna hit some problems, maybe, is by not actually being able to write it, or if it's longer text, or if you get into a bit of an argument or a discussion about something or a disagreement, then pick up the phone, because communication, speaking at the end of the day, is much more you get much more out of it, basically.
Another question I want to ask you about okay, so you make the call and she doesn't pick up. You're texting her back and forth, and this has happened to me before, not with her so much, but other women I've dated. So you text her back and forth, then you say, okay, I feel like I need to talk to her about this thing, and she doesn't pick up. Do you leave a message, or you just not do anything? What's your answer to that? Because I don't want to leave some stupid message and she's like, what an idiot, you know what I mean? That type of thing.
I would probably put down the phone and then write a text message and say, give me a call so we can chat about this.
When you got a minute.
Give me a call if you want to.
Yeah. When you're give me a call when you're. This is what I do. I say, well, give me a call when you're free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I usually do.
Help me! I don't know. This whole new dating thing is crazy. But anyways, the book is called Relationships in a Nutshell: A Book for Guys. It's by Kirsten Albright. You can get it. Where can you get the book at?
You can get it on Amazon.
Amazon?
You can get it as a ebook, or you can get it printed and get it sent home to you.
Cool. Well, listen, it's for guys. This should be a read by all you guys out there. It says it right on the title. Anyways, it's got to be true. It's got to be true. All right, it is Controlled Chaos, Kcaa 1050 AM 106.5, 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire. I'm Gary Garver.
There you go, folks. You see how I did that, right? That was pretty slick how I left the radio call stuff in there. Quit playing. I'm a team guy. All right, so that is relationships in a nutshell. What I'd like all of you out there to do is send in your relationship questions, and Lady Albright will answer them right here on the air. And I want to tell you something about this book, guys. I have read it, and I'm going to go through next week, and I've highlighted some stuff that I think I would like to share, because Lady Albright will be joining us on our third week of the show, which will be the 27th. She will join us. She is in the UK right now with the other people in the UK who speak so proper, and I just love her voice. I got to tell you, I miss the heck out of her already. So I can't wait for her to come back. She's going to be back, but next week I'm going to give you some quotes out of her book. That's Relationships in a Nutshell. Okay. So there you have it, folks. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I kind of breezed past what happened yesterday. I had a couple friends come by to share energy with me and congratulate me on the show. These are a couple people who you've known for a while. You've recently met through me. And they are both very, very deep, beautiful, spiritual people. One is named Sandra and the other is named Jim. And they brought by a couple things that I want to share with you guys. Okay, Sandra brought by frankincense and myrrh because she wanted me to represent the old knowledge, the old excitement, and the old way. She feels that my soul has a lot of old knowledge, and she brought this to help bring that out. She also brought me a candle to brighten up the lives of the people who I touch and reach, and that our goal is to brighten up everybody's life with our show and experience and share experience. Absolutely. And it is a red candle, red meaning 9 representing life. Hello. And so there you have it. We are here to brighten up people's lives, and I can't light up stuff here in the studio as much as I like lighting stuff up. So I'm going to pop this little thing right here onto red, and I'm going to put that in there to represent for Sandra and her red. Also, we had, I'm going to say it real quick because we don't have much time. You know what? I'm going to wait till we come back from the break to tell you about this because it's too cool to just rush through like that. This is News That Blows. I am Bon John Sin, and you are listening to me right here on KCAA Radio. We'll be right back in a minute. Hey, this is lifelong rocker and legend in my own mind, Bon John Sin here. Now, when I want to feel like a rock god, which is pretty much all the time, I wear rock star clothing. My girl calls them her BBs because
they're designed by Brandon Bruno.
Yeah, that part. I just call them me looking like a rock god. Oh yeah, Rockstar Clothing.
My BBs, baby.
Go to rockstarclothing.com and get you some.
Oh, Tay, I've helped a gang of friends move over the years, and I thought I was pretty good at it. That was until I watched the guys at Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company pack up and move my friends, well, his everything. Oh, I still got my pizza and beer. I just got to enjoy it while watching them do the work instead of me. And that didn't suck. I'm Bon Johnson, and I'm here to tell you that moving doesn't have to suck. Call Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company and let them do the work. They even seem to like it. That's Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company. Call them at 310-809-5095 and tell them Bon sent you. If I haven't offended you yet, stick around for some more of this news that blows. I'm sure I'll get to you sooner or later.
That's right.
Oh, yes. Not that we're looking to offend, but we just don't give a damn. So that sometimes is how it rolls out. Okay, now I want to go back to my boy Jim gave me this $10 bill from Liberia. And he told me that Liberia, and this, you know what, as much as I've heard about the slavery situation and what happened when slavery was abolished, it had never even dawned on me to stop and think about what happened to those who didn't want to stay here, who decided to go back home. Well, a great deal of them ended up going to Liberia and starting their own company and starting their own country, basically, not company, their own country. And so Jim gave me this $10 bill that is very, very old, and I could tell he's had it and it's been near and dear and meant something to him for a long time. So he gave this to me to represent all of the new society that we're going to be building with all of our positive energy and the whole news that blows lifestyle of taking what it is that we don't like, looking at it, throwing it to the curb, and moving forward with better things. So there you have it, Jim. Sandra, thank you so much for representing for me and just filling me up with all kinds of energy and excitement, man. I got to tell you, having friends like that is pretty damn cool. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get into some of these issues. You know, if you can't handle the issue, this is when you need to turn off. Oh, and by the way, all y'all who are watching the Rams right now and listening to us on Sidecar, thank you so much. I appreciate you representing for me and my Inglewood Rams. Can we get a Inglewood? Inglewood. That's right. The only city spelled with 2 O's but pronounced with 6. Don't get it twisted, baby. Woo. All right. You know, I want to talk a little bit about this Fire and Fury thing. And what I want to talk about, not one bit of it is in the damn book. We've heard enough about that all week. I'm sure everybody's heard about Fire and Fury, Fire and Fury. And you know, they released it early. Yeah, that was an early release. I don't know if you all knew that. You want to know why they released it early? To cover up the 47 offshore oil wells. They're waving the hand and the smoke and mirrors over here while they turn around and jap you in the back over there. So that's what's happening. I don't want these oil wells. None of us want these oil rigs off of our coast. We've all seen what happened in the Gulf Coast and how they screwed up everything. Have we already forgotten all the horrible stuff? They said they didn't want the pipeline in Oklahoma. The damn thing is already broken. And what they want, and you know what they say? Oh, well, they sabotaged it. No, they didn't sabotage it because they hate it. They hate it because they knew this was going to happen. So that's the kind of crap that's going on with that. Every time they throw one of these big publicity things in your face, immediately go on the internet, immediately go on news from any other country and try to figure out what it is that they're covering up, because they're covering up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's all to it. They're just straight covering up. Every time Fire and Fury, it's all a cover up. That's all it is. You know, the whole Steve Bannon thing. He's involved with this Fire and Fury. He's the one who put the money up for the book.
See that funny stuff, man.
Now I got to tell you, I did wonder. Now I don't know if he's just doing this for the PR or any of that type stuff, but I did wonder when I saw Donald Trump standing up there talking about, I love Muslims, I love Jews, I love black people, how his fan base that voted his dumbass in there to start with was thinking about that. I was thinking, okay, that's really got to be pissed. That's got to blow for them. That has really got to blow for them. They elected him behind the fact that he was going to step up and be their alt-right god. And now he's turning around and saying some stuff like that. Even though they know he lies through his teeth, that was not a lie they were willing to hear. And their boy Steve had to go to bat to keep his juice with the alt-right community. So he had to go up and diss. And the truth of the matter is, Steve, you know, Steve's a little bit of a hardcore. He's kind of street. For a dude with money, he's kind of street. And his whole attitude, oh, they're going to crack like eggs. They're a bunch of biatches and whatnot. I mean, he's right. He's absolutely right. When those guys who do what they do for a living get those softies up in there, he's going to bust them a new one. They're all just going to flip. And there's nothing that Don's going to be able to do because you know what? He knows better than to go up in there because he knows he'll flip. There's nothing he can do about it either. He's not that bright. So anybody who goes up in there, North Korea and South Korea, I want to talk about this. What do you guys think is the reason for North and South Korea all of a sudden deciding to get together and make friendly? Of course, Trump tweeted that it was because of his strength and his resolution in telling them and putting them in their place. You guys think that's what happened?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not? All right. Come on. No. I can see the look on your face, Terry. Tell me something about this. What do you think it is?
Just that, man, they just been scheming, man. Like, it's just all bad. I mean, I wish it's all bad. In a nutshell.
Yeah.
I mean, how can I count the ways?
Really?
Yeah, but okay.
So it's I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on from that one because the whole Steve Bannon thing, the whole the Trump thing, they're gonna flip thing, I lost my last story. I know I went somewhere with this, but the hell with it. We're gonna move on. It's news that blows. It blows. Forget it. Let's talk about some of the cool stuff. In Rome, that bionic hand. I mean, you want to talk about the $6 million? Look, my cool little note thing up here is advising me that we're going to be coming up on the 420 music break pretty soon. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the 420 music break. The 420 music break is something I've done even back in the days when I was on Blog Talk Radio, and everybody loved it. I got such great response from it, and this is the 420 music break. Every week, we're going to play a song by an independent artist. And today's song by today's independent artist is Red Hat. It is by Remora. They are out of Monroe County, Michigan. All right, this is, once again, I asked people to send in their MP3s to me to get their stuff on the radio, and Vonnie Marie, the lead singer of this band, was slick enough to do it. Here it is, Red Hat by Remora.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM. K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
Just throw on a red hat and crank it to the side. Stand out in a crowd with a red hat. Don't match whatever now. We'll jump around, don't care if you like it. You sit and stare with your suit and frown. You come out walking with your attitude. We'll knock you 10 feet into the next room. Your hot glass heel, redneck clean cut face. That won't get popped if don't get on your way. Grab on a hoodie, maybe cut up those jeans. Hey, weren't you a tough guy too afraid of our scene? Stand out in a crowd with a red hat. Don't match whatever now. We'll jump around, don't care if you like it. You sit and stare without suit and frown. Sit and stare and sit and stare. Just sit and stare. Stand out in a crowd with a red hat. Don't match whatever now. We'll jump around, don't care if you like it. You sit and stare with your suit and frown. Stand
That is Remora with Red Hat. Oh, quit playing. Those guys are so rocking. I just love that band. I got to tell you, Bonnie Marie sent me 4 cuts, and I played through these 4 cuts over and over and over again because I loved all 4 of them so much. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to play. So you guys are going to hear more Remora coming up in the near future because I'm going to be featuring them on the 420 music break here another time. Next week, we will be featuring a gentleman named Goddamn, and we're going to be playing his song Beautiful Day. So that is somebody who also is one of my boys, grew up in the hood with me, and we like to keep it very, very diverse here with our 420 music.
Yeah.
So that's the way we roll. That was Remora with Red Hat. And for those of you who love all this 420 music stuff, like I do, who are really into independent music, guess what? I got some really, really cool news to announce to you guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it get announced on this next commercial. This is KCAA Radio, news that blows. We will be right back, 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 back. Another great 420 music break. You know, we got the folks at radiospaz.com to thank for that. The good folk over at radiospaz.com not only re-air this show, News That Blows, every Monday night at 7, they also play my independent music show titled, yep, you guessed it, the 420 Music Break. This is Bonjon Sin, and I'm spinning independent music, uncut, uncensored, played exactly the way the artist recorded it. Because that's how they get down over at radiospaz.com. Give us a listen, radiospaz.com. Aw, snap. Your car just broke down, and taking it to a mechanic is so not in the schedule, even if you did know where to find a good one. Sound familiar? Don't trip, friends. Your boy Bonjon Sin has got your back. When this scenario becomes your scenario, call Canopy Shop Auto Service. CSAS will send out a top-notch mechanic who will bring out his tools and a canopy and set up shop around your car. It doesn't matter if your car broke down at home, at work, or even out on the street. Canopy Shop Auto Service will set up shop anywhere. And weather problems are no problems for these guys. They and your car are under a canopy. But what I like most about CSAS is that the mechanics always leave your car cleaner than they found it. Yeah, really. So, there you have it. Auto repair made convenient. Call Canopy Shop Auto Service at 424-223-4924. Tell them Bond sent you. Hey, what are you doing in the fridge? Get back in here. It's time for more news that blows. Yeah, that's right. Bring me a sandwich while you're there, damn it. Okay, you know what? Yeah, a little too much 420 music break, I guess, made me forget that one question I had asked. But I remembered it. I had asked, what makes you think North and South Korea are all of a sudden deciding to get together? And my answer is because they finally met somebody who's crazier than either of their leaders. And they're just thinking, you know what? I'd be better off to just go ahead and kiss and make nice with you than to have to deal with Psycho Boy over there in the U.S. I think that we're finally seeing the repercussions of our president being a completely unstable, out-of-control idiot. It's that other countries are banding together, unfortunately, against us. But at least we're creating peace around the world through his idiocy. So there you have it. I did start to talk about more positive stuff, and I talked about the bionic hand. And it actually has feeling. It can feel cold. It can feel hot. When you pick up something, you can tell how hard you're squeezing it. I mean, it is amazing. I watched them do this report on it, and it's. I don't know what's happening with technology out here in the U.S., but we should have done this. We had the $6 million man a long time ago.
Yeah.
Quit playing.
Hear it now. It's the
Steve
Illuminati.
Austin. I'm waiting to see that, man. So let's quit playing. We're going to jump off with that. For those of you who enjoy music, like I enjoy music, here's a little stat that might kind of trip you out. 68 billion songs were downloaded last year. 68 billion with a B, y'all. All right. Well, kind of, great for music, great for, music fans, blows for record companies. Oh, yeah. Okay. And I've heard the record companies say the same thing over and over again to try and I don't know what they think they're going to, like anyone's going to really give a damn, but they keep going, this isn't the value of music. This is somebody's life's work. And I write music, and I agree, it is my life's work. On the other hand, if someone says to me, hey, if you got $150, I'll give you this Picasso, I'm not going to give him $100 million for it. So what do? As a musician, I'm between a rock and a hard place. I want to get paid for my music too. But at the same time, I want to be able to go online, and I want to be able to download music. I want to be able to go over to radiospaz.com and listen to Bon Sin's new show. I want to be able to listen to that groovy 420 music break. And by the way, I want to thank Eric over at radiospaz.com also for hooking us up with the replay. They're doing the replay of this show every Monday at 7 o'clock. So y'all didn't catch it? Listen to it there. They are also going to air my new show called The News That Blows, as I said in the commercial spot. So I'm super excited about that. So let me throw that on in with all the good news that happened last week, because it was show as hell good news to me. Okay. Another cool thing that happened, I talked about the Dalton thing. I mean, it's great that this happened. The thing that blows about it is it would be nice if people would open their pocketbooks all year round. Not just at Christmas, not just when their team wins at football. I went down with Gary on Christmas and passed out Christmas dinners. And I can't start to tell you how proud I was of me, how excited I was, and how high I was for 3 or 4 days afterwards. For those of you who haven't volunteered, please don't wait till your team wins a frickin' football game. Go out there, volunteer, feel good about yourself. I promise you, man, there is no high like it.
Right.
So there you go. There's that. Now I want to talk about Dress to Kill. First off, the company should be called Dressed to Not Get Killed, but apparently their clients are probably out there killing folks, so Dressed to Kill. But these guys have bulletproof clothing. Literally bulletproof clothing.
So like tactical wear or something?
It doesn't look like tactical wear. It looks like regular clothing. They've got business suits that you can buy for $8,000 that you can get shot right here.
Wow.
Boom. Pop a cap in your butt. All right? It's not a wrap. You don't get shot. They even have T-shirts that cost $1,000, and literally the guy showed on the test dummy, they shot that mug, all right? And they whipped up the shirt, and it's just like a regular T-shirt. It flips and flops just like regular material.
I seen something on that.
And they showed, and there wasn't a single mark on the dummy. The bullets did not penetrate, and he's standing there with a 9mm at like 3 feet. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so check it out, man. It's just technology these days. I'm so impressed with some of the stuff they come up with. All you felons out there, sorry, y'all, my homies. Y'all can't get that. Y'all can't get that at all.
Oh, man.
Okay, in the Bahamas when we talked about the cool thing, the nice thing about the kid, what blows about that is, come on, man, how come they don't have shark nets up? I mean, the only reason they saw it is because some guy was flying his drone. And I don't know if any of you guys saw the footage.
Yeah.
But these sharks were on a total, they were big, and they were on an attack. They had a total planned out attack. One of them was coming up from the front, one of them was going around the side, the other was going around the other side, and the other was flanking the first one from the front. It was a total military strategy. They was on, little boy. And if that dude hadn't been flying his drone at that time, you wouldn't have seen it from the shoreline. That little kid would have been snacked the hell up. So thank goodness for the guy with the drone. It's nice to have a positive story to report about drones, because you hear a lot of crappy stuff about drones.
Oh yeah, they just caught somebody.
They're always
dropping paraphernalia.
Right.
In a parking lot. I think it was Santa Ana or somewhere.
Oh, but they had a prison that they were dropping. They were dropping dope into the prison.
What?
They were flying dope into the prison.
Yeah, you're right,
so,
you're right,
that was 2 weeks back, or I'd be talking about it this week. But this week we're going to talk about the positive side of droning, and that would be it right there. Oh, quit playing. Okay, I just got to say that the positive is a beautiful thing, and I don't always want to report negative stuff just because the show is called News That Blows. So
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
And I have some balance.
Well, I try to have balance, and it's funny. News That Blows started on my good friend, I call her my little sister, Amanda Blow, had a show right here on KCAA radio called Blow by Blow, and she had me on there for balance, because the show was a little wild and crazy, and she would have me come on and do the News That Blows.
Yeah.
And that's where this whole show got developed, was right there on her show, News That Blows. And Gary, as I said, who's been so helpful to me, he was her producer. He heard me do News That Blows, and he offered for me to do a 1-hour News That Blows. So that's how all of it happened. That's how we got here. We're going to come back after this break right here on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM, as well as kcaaradio.com. We'll be right back to talk a little bit more. We're going to wrap up with a couple more hardcore things that, we're done with the soft stuff. That was nice. Now it's time to get into that real deal news that blows. We're going to wrap up with some real deep stuff. The nitty-gritty. That's right.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bon John Sin, and as good as I am at the on-air side of radio, I really needed some help with the off-air side. You know, the business side. Then I spoke with my friends at Empowerment Projects International, LLC. Now, I knew that EPI has multi-million, even billion-dollar companies that they work with. But what I didn't know was that those same business strategies could work for me. If you're a small business trying to get bigger or a big company trying to go global, EPI will help you plan, design, implement, and manage your business. Empowerment Projects International, LLC helped to get me on the air, and they'll help to keep me here. Let them do the same for your business. Go to emproj.org and see what Empowerment Projects International, LLC can do for you.
Oi, Captain, the chest has all been buried and the crew is all back aboard. What next, sir? What day be it? What day be it? What day be it? I think we're coming up on the weekend, sir. Good. Then set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair. Set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair? You are aware that I've already got a pirate. Yes, sir. All hands on deck. Set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
The original Renaissance Pleasure Fair from April 7th to May 20th. Go to renfair.com and get your tickets today.
Come on now, leave that thing alone. It's time for more news that blows with me, Bon John Sin.
Hey now. Come on. We're not done. Leave that thing alone. Jeez Louise, you damn kids. Get off my lawn before I get the hose. Okay. All right. We've talked about a lot of things, but these three stories, I've saved these three for last because they just blow more than all the rest. These are the things that I think blew the most this week, in all honesty. First, I want to talk about Apple. These, not one, but two chips that they've got that apparently allow people to hack in. They found that, and they even have names for the chips. They know exactly what they are. Apparently, they also know that they're not only just in their phones, they're in all of their devices, but they're easily hacked into. Oops, we created something that's easily hacked into. The greatest minds on the planet didn't know this? Come on. I'm saying these two chips were put in there so that later on they can activate them all and then give you a hell of a scare tactic that you're about to lose all of your personal information. But guess what? This is the reason why. They have a download that you can do. And this download's going to fix it all. Okay, I don't know if the download's free or what kind of other cheesiness that they're loading in on you with the download that they've decided to use. Or maybe these two chips were just paid for by somebody who isn't paying anymore. So they're just want you to download something to deactivate it so they're not getting their product for free. All I know is that it shouldn't be in there to start with. You guys really believe that this is a coincidence?
No.
No, I personally feel that that's another shiesty thing. Big money people who are just finding out ways to rip us off. It's another Volkswagen thing. Anything that we can do to lie and cheat and make money is okay, long as we don't get caught. And then when we get caught, we say we're sorry. We turn around, kiss a little butt.
The rules.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We misinterpreted the rules. Yeah. We didn't really know it wasn't okay to make it so your phone would start losing power, so that people could hack in, so that we could come along and save the day, of course, for a price. All right. So that blows. That really blows. Okay. And something else that blows. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. This right here. You know what? This really blows that enough people actually call in false 911 reports that we have a name for it, swatting. But apparently it does.
What?
This week, some guy called in, and this guy had just gotten out of jail for being arrested for doing the same damn stupid thing. Really. Okay, so what makes somebody get off enough to do this, to be like a serial swatting caller idiot?
Okay.
But apparently he is. Well, this time when he called it in, his little fun and games cost a man his life. Some dude came out, and the police officer thought he reached for his belt as he was coming out and really had no idea what the hell was going on his front porch. The SWAT is out there. Everybody and their mother's out there. This guy steps off his porch, and everyone's screaming at him. And for all I know, he got nervous and had an itch on his butt.
Yeah.
The itch didn't last long. He got shot, and he was made dead real quick. And he got deaded.
Wow.
So here's a really side twist to it, though. The police officer has not been charged with murder for shooting this man, but the guy who did the swatting call is being charged with inciting murder. Now, I would just out of curiosity, not that I think it's a bad thing, and I think the guy does deserve to go away for a long time. He did cause somebody their life. I'm just wondering how you charge a man for inciting a murder when you haven't charged anyone for murder. So how does that work? Okay? I mean, really, how does that work? These guys, you know, I don't know. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to go into that a little more next week. I'm going to talk a little bit more about policing issues and whatnots. But for this week, just think about that one a little bit. I'm not sure why anybody would do swatting. I'm not sure how it works out that the guy who called the call is more responsible than the man who pulled the trigger. Yeah. But either way, it blows in ways that none of us will probably ever be able to comprehend or fathom. You know, somebody losing their life is a serious thing. And don't get me wrong, I am not anti-police. I am just anti-anybody who isn't trained well enough to carry a gun and carries one. I personally have hung out with and trained with, I teach Muay Thai kickboxing. I have hung out with the guy who teaches jiu-jitsu at the police academy. I know firsthand all of these guys could disarm you without shooting. Yeah.
Right here? Dodger Stadium? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they can disarm you. They have plenty of weapons that were designed to not kill you that they can use. I'm not sure why this keeps happening and why people keep dying. You know, society is really weird these days, folks. It is really weird. You know, we have a society that is such a bunch of whiners, pissers, and moaners that bitching is number one now. We have a football league called the NFL. That right now the playoffs are happening. But you know what the most talked about thing in the NFL is? It's a guy who hasn't touched a football in 2 years. It's Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. Now, I'm not upset with him, and I have yet to hear a soldier voice the same opinion that Pence is voicing, that Trump is voicing, that a lot of really right-wing people have been voicing about. That's horrible to the military. And it's like, you know what? Last I checked, those guys put their lives on the line for our freedom. That means the freedom to kneel during the national anthem. And I have not heard one person ever say, this is against the military because the military treats blacks improperly. It's bull. It's bull. I almost got in trouble with the FCC right there for saying what I really think. But thank you. I can hear Gary in my head saying, Steve-O, FCC, dude, keep it cool. So thank you, Gary, for ringing in my head, because, boy, I had to pull me back on that one. I'm going to go off on the FCC and the rules, too, at some point, you guys. You know I am. I mean, geez Louise, George Carlin came up with his 7 things that you can't say on television. Back in the 70s, and guess what? They're still the same 7 things today. So apparently, not all technology has evolved. FCC, which of course now is another of Trump's companies. And he and his boys have figured out a way to get rich off of something that was supposed to be to protect people from wild, crazy folk like me. Now all of a sudden, it's killing people, and it's about to take away all their rights to do what they want on the internet. But that was news that blows a couple weeks ago. I'm not going there. I just did. Ooh, I'm a sneaky bugger, ain't I? Now, this one right here is real sincere to me. I have been fighting for legal marijuana my whole existence here in California. I ain't lying. Okay? Now, all of a sudden, we are getting what we want. We're getting what we fought for, and people are freaking out. There have been so many weird repercussions to the legalizing of marijuana. Before we go to the break, I want to talk a little bit about the commercial breaks, the commercials that are out right now about DUIs, marijuana DUIs.
Right.
Okay, nobody died from marijuana before, kids. They're just trying to scare everybody into not smoking when they go out. And they're also trying to make sure that all those people who have believed all the demonizing of marijuana feel safe. They don't think that they're in danger now. They're trying to let people know. Truth of the matter is there is no way to properly test how much THC is in your system. It varies from person to person. There's a company down in San Diego right now doing research on it, which we are all paying for. And that's okay. They put 25% tax on it, but our government is going to see a lot of money behind this. And that's what we're going to talk about when we come back from the break. But right now I'm going to talk about the commercials. They were they really, really are bending over backwards to make sure everyone knows they're safe. I want everyone to go out there right now and look up stats, Google stats. You may have some guys who smoked a little bit of weed, but they were also drunk. Some guys who had weed in their system along with the crystal methamphetamine. But you're not going to find any reports about guys who were just stoned. Oh, sure, there's a lot of people on the freeway behind them honking horns and telling them to get the hell out of the way. But they're not hurting nobody. All right? This is our own choice. It is a choice that we made state for state. We all understand it. We all want it. And the federal government's trying to take it away. We're going to talk a little bit more about that and how much that blows when we come back right here on News That Blows. So y'all get ready. Twist one up and smoke for this one, all right?
Hey, folks, riddle me this. Since The Tonight Show left the building, what else is there to do in the city of Burbank? Well, you can always go visit the Martial Arts History Museum. Learn about how martial arts was created, then banned and hidden away for years, until finally resurfacing to become the phenomenon it is today. The curator of the Martial Arts History Museum, Michael Matsuda, has also put together an amazing collection of martial arts movie memorabilia, like Liu Kang's shield from Mortal Kombat, and even the weaponry created by Gerald Okamura used in Bruce Lee films. The Martial Arts History Museum also hosts lots of great events, at which you might just meet some of the stars from your favorite action films. The past, the present, and the future of martial arts can all be found at the Martial Arts History Museum. Go to martialartsmuseum.com, then go to the Martial Arts History Museum. I'm Bon John Sen, and I'm asking you to please support martial arts and support the Martial Arts History Museum. Greetings, folks. I'm Bon John Sen. I host a new talk radio show called News That Blows, where I'll be taking a somewhat cynical look at the stories in the week's news every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Time on Kcaa Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire, and kcaaradio.com all over the world. Because as long as there's news, there will always be news that blows. Don't go getting all soft on me now. We still got a little bit more news that blows. That's right. Don't you go soft on me now. Yeah, that's right. We got some more stuff to do here. We're going to finish talking off about this whole marijuana situation before we start talking with our guys about what you guys got coming up. Don't let me forget. I want to talk to you guys about this, but I do want to talk some more about this marijuana and the biggest idiot of the week, Jeff Sessions, turning around and deciding that he's going to re-up. And I know it's Trump. As soon as California did it, Trump hates California, so he pressed Jeff Sessions, his little one-trick pony, get back out there and start pissing and moaning about marijuana. All right. Granted, I understand, but Jeff Sessions, you are such a moron. There are guys like my boy Gary's brother Scott who uses this medically, and he needs this, and I think it's horribly inconsiderate and wrong to try and take away anything that somebody who needs. I mean, this is a medical situation. He has a brain degenerative disease, and this is the only thing that brings him happiness. Okay, I want to talk about why they demonize marijuana the way they did. They demonize it because the big companies don't want you spending your money on them. Hemp can be replacing tree pulp. It can be replacing cotton. It's not just the medical field that hates it, all right? So that's the way it works. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear that music? That means it's time for us to move on. So while I'm at it, Jeff Sessions, you blow. There you have it. I'm finishing off with that. Now, my guys, give me a quick little something. Where are you doing your stand-up comedy next, dog?
I'll be at Flappers Pasadena next Thursday.
Flappers in Pasadena next Thursday. All right.
Yeah, I'll be at the Haha.
Step Incident.
Oh, I'll be at the Haha in North Hollywood on Thursday, so I'll be bouncing around.
Awesome.
Very,
Very, very cool. All right, my brother from another mother, Hipsy Gutters. Where can we get your music, Doug?
Oh, you can get it at Bandcamp, Hipsy Gutters /Hipsy Gutters.
Speaking of, what is that, Bandcamp?
Yeah, Bandcamp.
Okay, Bandcamp. I got the music going. You got to speak up for my folks out there in the Inland Empire can hear you, man.
Oh, yeah.
You hear that? Bandcamp, Hipsy Gutters, all right? Spell Hipsy Gutters for them so they get it right.
HYPSGUTTUZ.
Do it again.
HYSPGUTTAZ.
Right on with the right on. Okay, folks, that is going to be all of the news that flows this week. I'm really excited you guys came out. I want to thank KCAA Radio for having me. We're right here, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to thank Gary, of course.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary, for inviting me down to this big party that I'm so excited to be part of. Obviously, I want to thank the people out at KCAA.
KCAA Loma Linda, where you can always listen by phone. Just call 701-801-4444.
In the 1980s, when I was Texas Ag Commissioner, my staff and I proposed a comprehensive set of state rules to protect farm workers, public health, our water supplies, and farmers themselves.